So how would you respond to this question? Is God a giver or a taker? Well, you might think, well, I know what I believe. But let me ask you this. When you go through difficult times, it will truly test how you answer that question. You see, here's two options. Option one is if you believe that God is a taker rather than a giver, you will most likely respond the way the Israelites respond. They rebelled, they got mad, they got sad, they got defeated, and they quit. Listen to Deuteronomy 32. It says, "But Israel soon became fat and unruly. Then they abandoned the God who had made them. They made light of the rock of their salvation." In chapter 63, it says, "Yet they rebelled and they grieved the Holy Spirit." I mean, these were God's people. He had done so many things. He had given to them their freedom. He had granted them all that they needed in the desert, and this is how they respond. You see, rebellion is actually a sign that you believe God is a taker. And it's the same as saying, I can't trust him. The enemy actually wants you to think that God is a taker. He wants you to think that he doesn't care, that he has abandoned you, and that he will not meet your needs. Well, that is a lie. That is not true of our God. When we believe that lie and accept that lie as truth, we will lose our joy. You see, the enemy can't steal your salvation, but he can sure steal your joy. He wants to immobilize you in fear. He wants to build distrust between you and God, and he loves it when we rebel. John 10:10 says this about the enemy. "The thief, he comes to steal and kill and destroy, but Jesus said, I have come that you might have life," and listen to this, "and have it to the full." Jeremiah 29:11 tells us God's intentions towards us. It says, "I have good plans for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you, not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future." Now, does that sound like a God that's a taker? Well, you know what? Here's what it looks like if you believe God is a giver. Here's your second option. Rather than rebel, you can trust and wait. Press on and endure. Isaiah 40:30-31 says it best. "Even youth grow tired and weary, and young men, they stumble and fall. But those whose hope is in the Lord, they will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not faint." When you choose to believe that God is a giver, not a taker, that he has good plans and intentions for your life, you will put your hope in the Lord. And when you put your hope in the Lord, you'll be willing to wait. You'll be willing to walk at his pace rather than your own. You will actually be renewed, and he will allow you to soar. You will run, you will not grow weary. You will actually walk, and you will not faint. You see, this is a daily choice. We don't get to answer this question once and it's over. Every day, we have to answer the question, is God a giver or is he a taker? Maybe hour by hour in some seasons. Keep trusting God, one step at a time, and be sure to answer the question, God is a giver and he is for me. I'm Lorie Hartshorn.